All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it's all through. We're going to start using this channel as a little bit of a different segue to connect with you guys. We're going to start doing more of a podcast audio. Also, it'll be on other streaming service. So if you not have the chance to watch the video, you'll be able to hear it on your way to work. So Jorge, Miguel.
Very good.
What do you guys think?
Very nice. Very nice.
I like nice opening segment.
Yep. So,
but he got to warn somebody. He just started going straight into like a commentator stuff. Josh has been training him. It's so good. Welcome back, everybody, to TNT Live Action.
Yep. So
he like a switch. I got went from like normal game to like, okay, Univision.
What can I do? Nothing else I can do. It's better than my driving.
I don't know. This last weekend it was real good.
Yeah,
it was real good.
For someone who does time, actually did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so we know his stuff is not legal.
Funny thing is, I get it mostly from you.
Oh, that motor you got this weekend. Woo! Thing had nitrous hooked up.
What happened is that I could have been third, but then I'm like, you ain't tearing this down. So then
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Man, my brakes were dragging at the end.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
They didn't have brakes. How are they gonna be dragging?
I feel bad for everybody, and they get to see the first motor blew up.
Yeah.
All they did is see the carburetor.
What carburetor?
What carburetor?
Fuel injected. So going into SSKC. So this year for me, I came in third at the end of last year. Going into 2020, I had my hopes of moving to that second spot or first spot, especially with somebody missing the first event. And kind of backfired on me a little bit, but I can truly say for myself, I was night and day of a difference as a driver from last year to this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, Anderson was kind of your, like, stomping ground, like a huge point you made. I mean,
you came out of nowhere, Anderson. Like I saw the lap times. I half a second faster than the rest of the people.
I was mad at Anderson. I went in there with a chip on my shoulder. A lot of guys were like, who's going to win? And everybody's name came across as fast, literally through the whole state, from guys from Florida all the way to Jacksonville, all sorts of names, up the list and down the list. And I'm like, where's Gabe? Somebody say Gabe.
Gabe's still doing his number scrolling down.
I was. Nothing. So it's like
you're like the dark horse this year, though. You're the one no one saw coming.
No.
I was named a dark horse one time, but I think that put a bad juju on me.
I was gonna say that, but I knew Miguel was gonna freaking.
No, that put a bad juju on me. That was cool. They put that on me, but it really just like this year was not. What happened was, you know what happened?
What happened?
They took Orlando out, and they knew
the
Dominator.
That's what
they
it was.
Knew.
They
knew it,
and they knew that's the way.
Somebody paid somebody a lot of money not to race Orlando this year.
It was
just to leave me out of the equation.
Well, I think Gabe had a really good first round, right? First round was good. Just had bad luck. Got plenty of speed. Second round, you just
no names, right? No names still.
Yeah, you just made a mental error.
That was me. It was my fault.
That was all on you.
Well, I was gonna say Gabe, but make sure no
Then
names.
we went back. Then you went back, and then showed up in Homestead with plenty of speed. You just couldn't get a good start. If you could just get a good start and hang with the top guys, you could have been in there for the win because you had the speed for the win for sure.
Well, and the starts are where I'm bad at too because I'm already anticipating the big one. Because it happens right off the rip.
Yeah.
And you know it too. Like majority of the time it's like it's turn one, but in Homestead and everywhere we went, we didn't have a big accident.
No, that's true. It wasn't a big accident in the for all around SSKC for the two. Now this is for the 206 classes. There were
just 206. Yeah.
There wasn't the big accident in turn one. The one that we all expect, how you turn one, you go in turn one, holy crap, it's gonna be a big accident. It didn't happen at Anderson, it didn't happen at
Orlando,
or Ocala, and it happened. It really didn't happen anywhere. Like big one just did not happen. Now there was a couple scuffles at the beginning.
Yep,
we can say that.
I went over a few guys. I don't know if you've seen the video of my finals. I went on two wheels on the back of somebody. I don't remember who it was, but I'm like, whoa! I'm looking up, and then I look back down. So done that a few times.
But that was towards the race. I'm talking about the first lap. There wasn't like a big. Really, the only big accident that happened the first lap was Ocala. Someone spun out, created a roadblock, and then Homestead in the pre-final. There's a spin out.
But that was already on turn going in a 4, right? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was already going in a 4.
Yeah, was that? Yeah, that was so we made it through the first part of the race pretty fine.
So, which shows where Florida is at, right? Like, I feel like we all made this trip to Indiana this year, and it was a lot of Florida people. And I think Florida showed up for the most part. You got Perkins that got second place in Masters. Am I correct? Second, you got Colin. Did Colin win his class, I believe?
Yeah, he did in the light.
Yeah, Colin won his class in the light. What's his name? The father and son duo that race all over the place.
Dylan?
Jacksonville. Yeah, well, Dylan was up there. He did absolutely great also.
Dylan's pretty. Yeah, I mean they say consistently good.
So the from Jacksonville, father and son duo. Miguel's buddy.
I won't say names.
Who?
Miguel's friend.
Jacksonville.
Is this recorded?
Yeah.
It is. But who is it?
I don't remember his name. I'm trying to remember. It's a father and son. They went up to Indy. Really tall kid, long hair. He's a great driver.
Corey Tolles. Yeah.
He went up there and he showed up. So I think
he had a wreck calling, but yeah, he showed up.
It was quick. It was a good. We had a good showing for the Florida. Definitely for the state of Florida, good showing.
Yeah, good showing. So I think hopefully next year someone from Florida can take the heavy, the masters class, the light class, and the medium class. I think we have a good there's a good shot.
It's planning. That's for future planning, to getting there. So that's what I was thinking. We are literally only missing that top step on all these places of the little things getting to us. All the little things. We're not missing the major things anymore.
Yeah, but we make stupid mistakes too.
Yeah, I mean, but
about it,
but the stupid mistakes and then the little things is what's costing us that big step, and that's huge now. With everybody around us, it's huge.
It's the local track. How we go to our tracks. Okay, we have an advantage. We race here all the time. We know how the track changes. We know how the track's gonna go. We know the little nuances and the little tricks and traits and everything else. So
I don't know, because Ocala still kicks my ass. Because I don't know how many times I got on Ocala. It's just I cannot get on that. I cannot just. I cannot be in that front running ordeal when it's a track I already freaking know.
It's not that.
It blows my mind.
The thing is, your class, they start so fast off the rip, and then they stay there. They're by lap 2, they're running fast times.
Yeah, when Colin
towards the end, they're. I mean, plus you have to deal with Dylan and Colin. Once they hook up, Mike just call the lights out.
I know, and it's just that's the thing. Everybody thought that was the ordeal with me in Orlando. Once I got away and everybody doing that number in the back, it's I was not running that much faster, maybe a 10 to 2 tenths.
Yeah, once everybody starts battling in class,
you're done. Yeah, and it's hard to get back up there because nobody's going to work with you. So everybody's battling. But in Orlando, I flipped the switch and hit that Paul Walker button.
Don't hit it too much.
Hold on to it. But I think this year kind of determined, for SSKC and everything, even with, for me personally, Anderson, I did great. And then Homestead, I did really good. Now I know that I can go somewhere and be okay. I don't need to quit. I quit undercutting myself. This Homestead, I undercutted myself because I really could not afford the tires. It was just me thinking, okay, I'm 5th in the place. Yeah, I could go for the win. But then what I do? I stir things up. I don't mind to stir things up, especially racing and qualifying. I was what do people say? You always told me if someone's fast behind you, have them push you to your fastest lap. And I was I've never gone so fast in between 1 and 2. I literally was in an X30. The 206 just shut off. I let go of the gas, and they pushed me through the 1 and 2.
I think that
all
was
I could do.
Behind you, man. I think that was Dylan. Dylan had that nitrous. He had that MGM so hooked up. He had nitrous hooked up in that Joker too. It's not even that. What
Listen,
is from one year to another. We've all improved so much. You guys have improved so much that the level of competition. When you see a local race lap times, right? And then you see the state race lap times, you're just like, no joke. It picks up so much.
Even road racing, dude.
Not just because of the rubber in the track. Because people are like, oh, that's because of rubber compound. Everybody's running at this. No.
We went 8 seconds faster in roadling this October than we ever been.
Yeah,
8 seconds faster.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Same chassis of mine.
And we never pushed.
The only thing I did was the floor pan. But you're not going to find 8 seconds was a fucking floor pan.
Yeah, and we didn't push. All we did was bump.
Sure.
Yeah.
So talk about bumping in the tools. What do you mean bumping? What is that? Like what? Why not pushing? Why can't you push?
I don't know. Stupid WKA.
So WKA is changing the rules, and now you just have to bump across.
No, I think it's always been the retarded rule of like we race enduros and this and that and lay downs.
But they don't touch.
They just don't understand a 206 that with the gear that we run, you're never gonna make top speed with that gear. You put the same gear we on to make 76 miles an hour, you need a train of 3 or 4 pushing pretty good.
That's what a lot of the 206 racing is. You just got to get in it and understand the racing. Because even in sprint racing, I was getting yelled at because I was pushing in the corners in Orlando, and Andre's like, you can't do that. In a shifter, it'd be crazy. I'm like, in a shifter, you guys are that close? You might as well just move and let him go by. In the 206 racing, you know what I mean? That's what I told Andre. It's like, you got to get in it to understand it. That you have 9 horsepower. Well, stock one does a 9 horsepower.
You don't have any power. You can push as much as you want.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're
if you're going in the corner, like with us, I know that I can go into that showcase area and I could push y'all because I know you guys can handle it. The other guy I was pushing was maybe because I was just trying to move him because at that point, you're just in my way. But it's that close to racing. Tag doesn't do it. Shifters definitely don't do it.
I mean, I think
and in road racing,
they run close too.
They run close, but you're not going to see a shifter
through the turn
pushing another one. Or even in road racing too, you're not going to see that. I mean, the X30s and the tags, Quincy, when he had a tag, he'd push. You have to there too.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't think you push is a shifter.
I mean, you can push on the straightaway.
You just grab another gear.
So, all right, SSKC. You guys have to pick who you think was your best driver of the series between heavy, light, junior class. Who do you think, Jorge, was the best driver of the year?
For Team TV or overall?
Anybody on the grid.
The obvious choice would be picking Colin.
Okay.
Who?
And why Colin?
He's got a lot of money behind him.
Colin's just a smart driver. He's just stupid smart. They don't even touch the cart.
Yeah.
The cart.
Well, I mean, he's smart in the aspect that he's like, Dylan's like, how'd you know when to block me? He's like, I looked down and I saw your shadow. Like,
oh, when was that?
When in Ocala. In Ocala coming around a tree turn, when the sun's behind you, he legitimately looked down at Dylan's because he's like, well, I'm going to fool him because I've been showing him my nose here. And he's like, how the hell did you know to go back up? He's like, I saw your shadow. I'm like,
exactly. Something like that. Who thinks of that? The kid's that smart. Like the kid, he's light years ahead of us. Like,
yeah.
And the thing is, people say he's only good in the 206. You got to watch him drive a tag. This is against the best people in the world, and he drives a tag like a 206, and he's fast in a tag and a 206. So if you put him in a shifter, give him 6 months, he'll fucking learn the shifter and be just as
his talent's being so wasted right now in karting. He should already be in a car.
Someone needs to give him a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Someone needs to sponsor him, put him in a freaking car. Get him out of our class.
Dude,
Get him out of our class, put him in a car. He doesn't need this is the number one thing, right? This is when you have way too much talent
and
not enough funding. Yeah, not enough funding and sponsorship to get him to the next level. This is when money takes over, not talent. Let's be honest.
I think Rob's got a little bit of he walks with a limp. It's his wallet.
You need sponsorship to get up to that level. So that's the thing, man.
But that's it. He's doing
it's-
everything he needs to do. He's doing everything he needs to do. He's winning SSKC 3 years in a row. As much as I fucking hate to say it, I've lost him 3 years in a row championship. You know what I mean? But that's the level. It's almost like it's like a work ordeal. Like you get at work, like you should do your job in order to progress, and that's what he's doing. And his jobs right now is karting, and he's doing everything he needs to do to progress. But with the Europe world, 206 doesn't mean shit. You know, like he's wasting.
Now ask us a different question. Because we know Colin's the obvious answer.
Are you sure though? There was somebody that was more dominant than Colin this year.
Dylan was pretty dominant.
Mr. Perkins.
He wasn't more dominant.
He won more races.
Huh?
No, he didn't.
Jed?
Colin lost one race. This is why I don't like Gabe running the freaking show sometimes. Because he says stupid stuff like this.
James was not more dominant and heavy.
Jed with that. There was a lot. Look, listen, this year.
James was not more dominant and heavy.
No, he was
He had the
not.
championship locked out in Ocala. Right?
Oh, James, yeah.
He didn't have because Ruben's in the race. Not everybody
It's not his
raced.
fault.
like that.
It's not his fault.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that he
What
did.
class are we in right now?
I'm not taking anything out of James. Don't get me wrong. He did an awesome job, but he did not.
James is Richard Petty. Jed is Cal Petty. Like, I feel so bad for Jed because his dad's over there beating the shit out of me. Jed's like, fuck.
So what I'm saying is this. Dominance-wise, Colin. He won 5 of the 6 races.
Yeah.
In the second ones. Nobody was more dominant than him. James finished second at Anderson both days. Not to bet him. Finished second at Ocala.
Chad came in and started that pot.
To Chad, right?
Oh, Chad win.
He beat me all year, so I can't say much. Then he ended up winning Ocala second day. I could have passed him a lot earlier, but I gave him my word that I was not going to try anything until 2 laps to go. And then I screwed up.
That's when you do 4 laps ago, and you're like,
I should have gone to halfway mark.
oh, yeah.
I don't know how to count. I forgot.
So really, the only place that I would say that he was really, really hard to beat would have been Homestead. But Dan was there every step of the way. So James.
Those guys live and breathe Homestead. That's the thing. Like, you could tell, like, people that
don't
live
get me
and
wrong.
breathe
This is
that
not
track.
taking anything away from James. James is an amazing national championship racer, an amazing racer. But I mean, dominance-wise, Colin.
All right, so Miguel, would you say he's Colin then?
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows this.
I mean, I don't want to agree.
Yeah, I would.
But overall driver. I mean, yeah. I mean, so
I would say most improved. Now who's the most improved from last year this year?
I mean, that's a good. I'd give that one probably. That'd be a good. I mean, not much.
For me, that would be Dylan. Most improved would be Dylan because Dylan was there every step of the way. So
Dylan's been
I don't know. You know, I would probably give that one to Junior.
Yeah,
I give it to Junior
absolutely.
too.
Yeah, Junior.
Not because Junior is part of a TV crew.
No.
I don't want to say
No, but
TV.
from last
Junior-
year to this year,
Yeah,
he
Junior.
definitely, dude.
Bad.
I never felt. I almost freaking blew the last 2 laps on that final because it's like, oh my god, he's gonna get the 123. Like, like I'm just like, we're like Brian. I'm over here.
So
The only reason I was gonna pass everybody in front of me because I couldn't get a better view of what was going on. Like, he'll just move because I'm trying to see this. He literally, I mean, he had that stumble a little bit going to that first hairpin, and I was in the position to assist him because that's what I wanted to do and needed to do. I hit him and he went. And I said, he's gone.
He pulled that freaking. Like he came back,
but he literally
and worked his way up. He was down. He was back, Jorge. Like what, 15 car lengths probably.
But that's him wanting to drive, and that's the thrive. That's the switch he needs to have all the time.
Yeah.
Is that drive? Like, I am going to beat you, and that was him driving angrily, and it's almost like how, like Jorge said, like when I do that, my emotional fuck up, like okay, and then when I lock in and I focus on my driving, I need to do that from the very get-go, and that's what kills me. I don't do it from the get-go.
That's what we're
from the very beginning.
I think that's the little thing that we're missing. Some of us are missing is when
The
the car's
tweaking.
handling right. I think we get into our head and just fuck it, just drive the cart.
Yeah.
Who cares? If you don't like how it's driving, change your driving to make the cart drive the way you want. That's why Colin and Dylan are just in that level, slightly above. Because when this stuff's not working, they make it work by changing their stuff.
I mean, Colin had his chassis in Ocala. They had to re-weld it at the track.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, and he still freaking won.
Yeah. So definitely, I would say Junior's the most improved in the year for sure.
Yeah.
And that's not taking away from Dylan and Jed and stuff like that. But for SSKC, I think Junior was the guy ran 57-second lap times last year.
Yep.
He was running heavy times, and he got down to 59.
Junior
picked up 2 seconds.
Second time.
I mean, Miguel picked up another half a second. I don't want to say Miguel's the most
1.2 seconds from the very first time I got on track.
I would say Miguel's has consistently been there the whole time. He's just missing that ump. He didn't improve that much from last year to this year because he's just missing the little ump to get there.
I got that ludicrous motor built from Fast and the Furious shop.
That motor saved your ass a lot.
Both of the motors.
Both of your blocks. You got that new block? I thought, what? Man, what is this? How much they shaved the head off?
Yeah.
I just get lucky. I don't get good. I get lucky.
To me, how Miguel's the only person that I've heard of that's blown 2 motors, and not just that the motor dies, like holes on the block. Literally do the oil change every single day, every run.
Yeah,
I freaking kill it, and I think I changed the oil too much. Everybody died.
No.
I change it pre-final, warm-up, qualifying, change it. Pre-final, final, drain it. Have new oil for the next day. The first time I got it was pre-final, qualifying, drain it, pre-final, and I drained it again after the pre-final and refilled it for the final. This new one I got.
Oh.
Don't make an Indian Audi again. You did it once already.
Dude, I don't know. The first one, that was my fault. Like, I was worse.
Yeah.
That oil was like that dark.
Yeah. You never changed the oil. He was like, why is the block so bad? Dude, that oil's freaking dark. Midnight.
Yeah.
You never changed it. That was your fault.
And that video is somewhere in one of your, is it in White Knuckle Racing or is it on Jam? There's an actual video of the hole in the block if you want to see what happens when you don't do your oil change. The video's there.
The second one is I did the better.
First
I
one.
knew Gabe was going to mess up. No. The one they put a hole in, he messed up a block because he never changed the oil and scarred the piston, and the block just went to crap and never put a hole in it. That's because he never changed the oil.
No. That one put a hole in it. No.
Yeah, that one put a,
No, it didn't. No. You put your first one? No. You put the first one?
No. The very first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
shit.
Exactly.
We'll do that.
The very first one, he scarred the inside of the block, never changed it.
No. I actually put a hole in the first one, remember? Like, the very first practice of Roebling, I put a hole in that one.
Yeah, but the
second one, I scarred the board up and down.
And now you changed the oil too much. And you blew it.
I already went through a whole new gallon from Anderson to the Ocala SSKC to the Homestead. But I mean, that's what Dave told me. He's like, you got to change it so much. You just basically have to be sponsored by an oil company. How much you got to change it? You got to think about it. There's no filtration.
Yeah.
You don't have an oil filter. All the contaminations are
that
just
magnet. We're allowed to use that magnet, right?
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy 2 of them. I'll put one in the front and one in the back.
I asked Chris for that. I gotta buy 2 of those too.
Who makes
TS,
those?
right? TS, I think it has them.
Yes.
I need to buy some.
Please.
What's up, Gabe? What's next?
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping up here, but very quickly, you guys get 30 seconds each, and I need to get your reaction to this comment. And it's not so much a comment; it's how you feel about this particular item in karting. Okay, I feel like Miguel might be a little bit more receptive or might have more of an opinion. But
Oh, I know what it is now.
but we're gonna let Miguel go first. All right, you ready? You get 30 seconds. You blow out what you feel and what you think. You ready?
Cheaters. Everybody's cheating.
10-10.
10-10. I mean, chassis wise, you just you be that. I mean, it's if they're gonna list it like the bumpers, like they got onto us about the bumpers.
10 seconds.
So I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't concentrate all my weight down here. I can't make that kind of work. So no, hell no.
All right,
Get
time.
him out of here.
Jorge, you ready?
I don't know. Jorge might have a better answer than I would for that.
Well, the answer would be basically, right, if the 1010 chassis is allowed, right, it needs to be specified that it's not for a junior. In the rule book, it specifically states that the 1010 chassis is a junior 2 chassis or like a Mike Cadet chassis, something like that. Right? That's what the rule book says. We are allowed to put metal bumpers in the rule book, but we are not allowed to because SSKC has a different section of the rule book. 1010 chassis is not allowed anywhere else. Just because you're friends, just because you're buddy with them, tough luck.
And if you go down below the yellow line, below the yellow line in Miami, you're okay if you're buddies with everybody.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. If you're buddies with Miami, good job. Yeah, I guess we're not that good buddies. But who cares? The chassis is a big advantage in the junior class. In the senior class, it's not that big of an advantage. In the junior class, it's almost a second.
Just because of the size, or
I'm guessing because of the size. You could like
it's so short that it can allow to rotate to the corner so much quicker.
But it's such a big difference in the junior class at Homestead. For some reason, that track
it's more tighter tracks.
It's a second. At Anderson wasn't that big of a deal. At Ocala,
Orlando, maybe Orlando.
I don't know.
Could be.
I know because they tried the 1010 and it sucked. So really, for some reason, Homestead, I don't know why.
S55 chassis TB kart with the CKI motors, the Orlando combination.
I mean, that's the best combination out there if you want to win. I mean, if you want to run well, I don't know what the best combinations out there. We can't say that it's not the best combination.
The S55 chassis is where it's at.
Huh?
50 millimeter S55 chassis.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. After going back, you guys will see in the jam racing video. After I go back for the finals, I felt like I was on phone.
So you were
that car came alive.
You had too much of a Frankenstein in that chassis. You legitimately had something that was meant for 2-cycle that you put a 4-cycle rear end on, and it was just
it worked.
Too many changes.
Yeah, it worked fine until we got to a high grip track, but I never got to hop out of it. It always hopped no matter what.
Yeah.
You were literally in the PBR, professional bull riding.
I hopped so much, I snapped the seat where it connects to the seat strut, and I broke my rear protector. That's how much hopping. Rear protector broken, seat strut broken, and seat broken.
All right, so that video is going to be dropping soon, shortly after this one. If you guys like what you saw today, please hit the subscribe, the like button. We're going to try to do this probably at least once a week. Get together, even if there's no races. I think we do have a gap of time now coming up for a month or so that there's not many events, seeing that we can't really run Rock Cup anymore with them not having 206. But we'll get together and we'll discuss whatever's going on in racing.
That sucks.
Yeah, F1.
I was going to run Florida Winter Tour in Ocala.
Thanks, Rock. Good job. Good call, idiots.
I don't run.
Before I give you go and freaking pull the 206 program.
Yeah, and I don't ever run big events, but after running the Grands and all that stuff, that's given me more confidence to run those bigger events. And I was going to do Florida Winter Tour.
A lot of our guys have way more confidence.
Yeah. And I was going to literally take the days off to go do that, and they said, "I'm like, you. I'd rather run a Max's event."
Oh, that's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Max's event.
We were doing great.
Why do they even charge for those tires?
I don't know. I don't even know why.
But the tires I got on the cold board are better than that shit.
Oh man, that should be for another subject.
So that'll be our next subject, tires. How about that? Since we've run the Vegas now,
Tires.
we've run the MGs, and we've run the YDS. We'll talk about tires. So I'm
Forgot
sure.
about LeConts.
Huh?
LeConte?
Yeah, the LeCont Reds.
All
All right.
They had LeConte.
There you go.
I'll never run those again.
Now we have a
LeConte
topic.
when we
Gabe's
first
trying
went
to
to
stop us.
Homestead.
We just keep going. Gabe's like, please
Now we
stop.
have a topic for the next one. So, all right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Got you on track.
See ya.